ankle sprain is feeling. How is the rehab process going ahead of that AFC Championship game? Take a listen.
It's doing good. You know, I've had a few days of treatment, a few days of rehab. Excited to get on the practice field and kind of test it out and see where I'm at, but it's feeling good so far. I felt better than I thought I was going to be after the game. Moving on it during the game definitely hurt, but after the game I was able to rest it and kind of ice it up and do different stuff like that. I felt in a little bit better position, and obviously the next morning felt a little bit better, and I've continued to get better throughout the week. So we'll see how I feel today at practice, and I'll get a better feel for y'all, and I'll be able to, I think, answer a little bit better tomorrow.
Shannon, interpretation, please, and percentage-wise, how healthy actually will Mahomes be come kickoff?
Hell, I wish I was Dr. Elatrosh.
Yeah.
One of the doctors at the clinic over there, Skip, and I can give you a better indication. But
you know what? I'm not even sure they would know for a fact.
You don't know because you need to be that person and to be on that ankle to be telling how it feels. But I tell you what, Skip, if he didn't have this ankle injury, how healthy would he be? Would he have been on the injury report? I doubt he would have probably even been on the injury report. Now, he's going to be on the injury report because we know the ankle. He suffered an ankle injury in last Sunday's game, Saturday's game. But I like the fact that he's not making excuses.
And by the way, he wasn't listed as limited in yesterday's practice, so go ahead.
So, Skip, he's not making any excuses. I've always felt that he would be better on Sunday than he was the second half of the game because he would have a full week of ice, rest, stem to get that ankle as opposed to having it injured and then trying to come back out the second half. I think he'll be healthy enough to give them the best chance to win this game. I think he'll be good enough to give them an opportunity to win. And we've seen, since that video came out of him talking and him walking up the podium, the bets have swung towards Kansas City. That's why the line flipped towards Kansas City now being favored by 1. I don't know if I've ever seen the line all over the place like this, Skip. And Jen mentioned earlier, 2.5 to minus 1.5, back to now 1. So I haven't seen a line like this. You saw Mahomes stretching, skipping, bounding during practice. So clearly he feels good enough. The question is, how healthy will he be healthy enough to push off? Will he be able to get out of harm's way if the rush is coming? Can he elude that rush like he could if he was 100? No one's 100% healthy at this point. But could he elude the rush?
Yeah.
Get those critical first downs. Escape, get outside, throw the ball down the field. That's going to be very, very important. Okay. But I think he'll be healthy enough to give them a great chance to win.
Gut feeling, 75% healthy?
60.
60%. I'm going 80%, but I'm guessing, as are you, as is everybody else. Patrick Mahomes' ankle obviously has become the biggest story in all of sports.
Yes.
It is the giant X factor in what's about to happen this Sunday at Burrowhead or Arrowhead or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
I have gone through this so many times in my career with big injuries to superstar players going into huge games, and there's no way to know because, to your point, only one human really knows. It's not the trainer there. It's not the team doctor. It's Patrick Mahomes knows what it feels like.
Right.
So I've watched players and coaches go through this many, many times, and there are many ways you can play this. You can exaggerate your recovery to force the other team to prepare for every facet of your game. We got to prepare for him getting outside the pocket. Or you can poor mouth it, you can sandbag it, and say, I don't even know if I can even play in this game, and you can kind of lull them to sleep. Right. You can refuse to talk about it all. Say, I'm just not going to comment on that this week and make it a big mystery for everybody, just to make it a big X factor for the other team. Or you can just flat out say, I'll be honest about it. I'm going to tell you, I feel really good. I feel ready to go. That's what he came across. He convinced me yesterday that he may have convinced some bettors.
Right, he did.
I'm feeling pretty good here.
Right? I feel better than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Man, I come to the game in a motorized scooter.
Yep. Okay, you could.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it.
remember Paul Pierce in the finals? You could Paul Pierce it?
Yeah, I'm going to be like one of them people, like they're walking, going around in Target on those scooters, Skip.
All right.
Check it out. If I'm Pat Mahomes, I'm coming to the game.
Okay, all right. That's another way to play it. The issue is it's just an ankle.
Yeah.
And as long as the ligament is not torn, and I'm assuming it's not, as long as a bone is not fractured, and I'm assuming that's not the case, you have a chance for a fairly quick recovery.
Right.
if it's a hamstring tear or pull, you just can't. I watched Emmett go into it'd be the 94 season championship game at Candlestick.
Right.
Cowboys at 49ers. And he pulled his hamstring the week before, and he tried and he tried, and he was half a man. He just couldn't go, and it hurt them. Remember, they fell behind 21-0, and they roared back because Michael Irvin on Dion, and they just kept, Troy had no choice but to throw it to Michael.
But, Skip, I think the thing is that because of his right, that's that's his stop, and that's the come forward with.
Okay.
So if that's, now the ball can be going all over the place.
All right. I was there the afternoon in 1988. It was Game 6 of the NBA Finals at the Fabulous Forum out here in Los Angeles, now just the home of a lot of concerts.
Yes.
And I watched the Isaiah Thomas, the Hall of Fame Isaiah Thomas, pull off one of the great feats in the history of sports.
That fourth quarter was...
Hey, well, even the rest of the third quarter.
Yeah, that third quarter.
In the third quarter, he ends up scoring 25 total points in the third, but he had already scored 14 when he turned it way over.
Yeah.
I saw the ankle after the game. I was standing with Isaiah at his locker when he took everything off, and it was a grapefruit.
Yes.
It was gigantically swollen.
Yes.
So it was legitimately turned and hurt. But he just kept on keeping on, and he scored 11 more in the third quarter and was pretty good down the stretch of the fourth quarter. Right. And the point was he wound up scoring 43 with 8 assists. It was a miraculous performance on a very turned ankle.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the exact pathology of what it was, but they got one day off and came back for Game 7,
but he
wasn't that great. He scored 10 points. He did have 7 assists. He wasn't himself.
No.
And they lost Game 7 to the Lakers, which you could argue they would have lost anyway. I don't know. But maybe if he's going for 43, maybe they got a shot.
Right.
But the point was, he did do that on a badly turned ankle because you got adrenaline flowing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they shot it or not. I just don't know. He came back in. He didn't go to the locker room.
No. They probably didn't shoot it back there. Yeah. But they probably shot it the next that day that he played. The day and a half after that he played, they probably shot the ankle because back then they had archaic way of thinking about medicine.
Now I'm going to say this about Patrick, and I mean this as nothing but a compliment. But he has a lot of great showman in him. He is a great entertainer. His entertainment package on the field, it's why he's no-looking and between the legs and behind the back and left-handed passes. He really played to the crowd the other day. He got a little melodramatic with all of his hopping and skipping around.
Yeah, but you do that, Skip. I've had that ankle injury, Skip. Yep. You do it. I mean, and you don't really think about it, and then went back and looked. I say, damn, I'm hopping like a bunny. Okay. Skip, you don't want, because first of all, you can't do what you normally do, and you kind of walking like you're old, like you're slew-footed in one foot because you don't want to because you're walking on the heel. You can't get up on the toes like you once could.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like Greek was, when you're doing rehab, he's like, okay, take your time and walk. You want to get back to your normal gait. Yeah. I'm trying to move normally. Where I can move normal is that to walk on my heel.
Yeah.
Because there's less pressure on it. So I get what he was doing, Skip. Oh, no. In a game like that, because I've had it happen several times, you hopping. Oh, that
he was hopping all over the field.
Yes.
But he stistill played pretty well.
He played okay.
I thought he played pretty well.
Right.
Played well enough.
You know why, Skip? Because you don't want nobody to fall on that ankle again.
Okay.
So because if your foot is out there and somebody drops something, you snatch your foot back. Well, my foot hurt. I don't want nobody rolling on it again.
Yeah.
So if you notice, when he threw that touchdown to MVS, Skip, what did he do? He jumped.
He did.
Because he's like, y'all got me last time like this. I was in a crowd, and what happened? The dude pulled me down from the back. Ain't gonna get me again.
All right, so the most significant stat in this game is the fact that Patrick Mahomes led the National Football League in passes thrown outside the pocket. It's just what he does.
He does.
He's better off script.
Yes.
He's better when the play sort of breaks down and he breaks the pocket and he's just making it up in the backyard on the fly. I'll see you and I'll hit you over there. Right. He's got plenty of arm strength if he needs to heave it all the way back across the field to somebody. He obviously is highly capable of doing that. So the question becomes, can he get outside the pocket on this ankle? And I'm going to guess he probably will be able to, because you could just see his demeanor, and I don't think he's an actor. I think he was telling you at the podium yesterday, I am truly feeling pretty
Right.
good, better
Yeah.
than I thought.
Yes, yes.
Right? He had that sort of glow about him that he was pretty happy with where
Yeah.
he was, right?
Yeah, I sure wish I could have felt like that, Patrick. When I had my ankle injury, I had never felt better than what I thought.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait till Sunday to get it shot up so I could feel better like I thought.
Yeah.
But he's still going to, I still believe he's going to get that ankle shot up.
Yeah. So the ankles that I've turned, I only know it from running distance.
But
And
you
let me tell you
I
this,
guess
that
you
this
roll yours
is,
over the
this
top.
is way over the top because, listen, with a running shoe and an orthotic, and they're already built up in the back, it's like wearing a high heel. And if you turn it, you're going to turn way to the ground.
Absolutely.
Okay, but every time I've stepped in a hole and turned it completely over to where it goes black and blue up into my calf, I can still get home running because you can still just kind of plod straight ahead and you're okay because I don't have to go there and I don't have to go there. Okay, so it's just straight ahead and you can sort of get away with running straight ahead. Well, obviously that is completely different than what's about to happen here. He needs to be able to push off out of the pocket side to side. And now the world holds his breath over this ankle. I'm going gut feeling, watching the demeanors of these players over the years. I think he's going to be around 80%. And again, will they shoot it again and will that help? Sure it will. It just will because if you can mask the pain for 3 hours, you have a chance to be pretty good. And I think he's going to be pretty healthy.
I've been very fortunate, Skip. And when I played, I never rolled my ankle over the top. It was always, I got tackled like Patrick Mahomes.
Inside. It's terrible. It's just terrible. That's where you can really get injured.
Yes.
That's where bad stuff can happen.
Every time I was like, damn, why can't I be fortunate to roll it over the top?
I don't know. Is a running shoe with orthotics like wearing a high heel?
Yes.
I think that is
close.